Have you ever wondered why bends on a harmonica are on draw instead of blow? You haven't? Well, I wonder these things. Any hole that's got a bend, no. Any hole that's got a difference in tones, a high note and a low note, you can bend the high note down to almost to the low note by doing something with your mouth. I think it's got to do with the size of the resonant cavity in your mouth. Lower notes, you need a bigger cavity in order to bend than higher notes. The size seems to double if you drop an octave. So it's hard to fit the bottom ones into your mouth, and the top ones are kind of itty bitty, and it's hard to be coordinated enough to manipulate those spaces. But why do they have it on draw instead of blow? If you time yourself on blowing into a note and then drawing on the same hole, you'll find you can blow a little bit longer than you can draw. And similarly, bends take even more air than non-bends, so that also reduces the time. So putting bends on draw double reduces the amount of time, doubles the amount of air that you need. It would be more equal if you put it on blow. But Richter, the first 6 holes all have draw bends, and the top have blow bends. Again, why? Why didn't they just do it consistently? As far as I can tell, they weren't thinking about bends at all back then. But you can... So I actually tested this. So I've got this Hohner Special 20 in C, and I got another Hohner Special 20 in C. But this one, and here's a third one that's in disrepair, there's some plates and other plates. These have the reeds on the outside, these have the reeds on the inside. I never remember this. I was blowing and touching the ones on the outside. They didn't vibrate. That didn't stop it. So these ones on the outside must be for draw. Yep, the ones on the outside are for draw. The ones that are on the bottom are for blow. If you take this plate and put it on top, now these ones that are deep inside, they're going to be on the outside like this. And these that are on the outside, they're going to be inside against the comb. So your draws will become blows and your blows will become draws. And I did that to this C harmonica. And I put some tape on it so I can remember which one it is. Here's the normal one. Blow, draw, blow, draw. Here I'm going to do the same thing here. If I switch it to draw, blow, you see it's the same thing. It's just I've swapped the draws and the blows. So now I can tell, I can experiment what happens if you do blow draws instead of blow bends instead of draw bends. That's an A down to a G sharp. They can both do it. This one, it's the normal one, it's a draw bend. This one, it's a blow bend. So let's see. No trouble. This one can bend further, and it doesn't need this big a mouth. This one, I'm opening my mouth as far as I can, and I can't get quite to the A flat. I sort of have to lay my tongue against the bottom of my mouth to get to that F. I have to. I have to get my mouth as open as I can to get to an F sharp on that one. My tongue's not. It's a pretty small space to get to an F sharp on this one. Can't get to an F on this one at all. I can get to a C sharp. I can't get to a C sharp at all. Harmonicas can also do overblows. If you have two notes, a high one and a low one on a hole, then the low one can overblow or overdraw to a semitone higher. It's kind of fragile. So it can be done. I'm not very good at overblows, so I'm not really proving anything by being able to do one on one or the other than demonstrating, yes, you can do on both. I got to the B flat on both. Okay, next is the blow bends, the ones up here. This is a normal harmonica. That's a E down to a E flat. It can be done. It can be done. I'm not very don't know the technique on this one very well. Apparently it can be done. Wait. Yeah, I did it right. I was worried that maybe I had been blowing where I should have been sucking on that one. This one's definitely blow. Yeah, it can. Both seem to be possible. It's probably just a matter of practice to get the high ones on this right. But the upshot seems to be that you need a bigger mouth cavity for blow bends than draw bends. The lower bends I couldn't get to at all, and there's a range where I could do them, but I needed my mouth much more open than I do on the normal harmonica. So it turns out Richter tuning gets it right. You really do want draw bends on the bottom and blow bends on the top, because you want higher, you want a smaller mouth cavity to make up for the tone being lower, so you can fit the bend in your mouth for the low ones. And the upper ones, you'd really like the cavity to be a bit bigger, so that isn't so tiny that you need excessive coordination to manipulate it. So, that was a surprising result to me. But yeah, Richter tuning has it right.